Okay, so Xiaomi just dropped something that I genuinely did not see coming. A tablet that runs on the same chip as flagship smartphones, has a battery so massive it could probably charge your phone twice, and it comes in at a price that honestly makes you question why anyone would buy anything else in this range. I am talking about the Xiaomi Redmi K Pad 2. And before I get into everything this thing has going on, I want to know, are you actually getting value here, or is Xiaomi just throwing specs at a wall to see what sticks? We are going to find out together right now. But real quick before we dive in, if you are new here and you love honest tech reviews with zero fluff, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and drop a like on this video. It genuinely helps more than you know, and it tells me you want more content like this. Alright, let us get into it. First things first, let us talk about what this thing actually looks and feels like, because I think Xiaomi did something really interesting here. The K Pad 2 comes in at 6.6 millimeters thin. That is incredibly thin for a tablet packing the hardware it has inside. And at 345 grams, it is light enough that you are not going to dread holding it for a long reading session or a binge-watching marathon. You get 3 colorways to pick from, which are black, silver, and violet. Now the violet is the one that catches my eye because it has this subtle sheen to it that looks premium without trying too hard. The build overall feels intentional and nothing feels cheap. You get Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on the display, which is genuinely a relief at this price tier because a lot of competitors in this space cut corners there. There is also stylus support built right in with magnetic attachment, which tells me Xiaomi is positioning this as more than just a media consumption device. They want you to actually be productive on this thing too. Now the display. This is where the K Pad 2 really starts to flex. You are getting an 8.8-inch IPS LCD panel with a resolution of 1880 by 3008 pixels, which works out to around 403 pixels per inch. That is sharp. Text is crisp, images pop, and fine detail in photos and video content looks really good. The refresh rate tops out at 165 Hz, which is wild to see on a tablet in this class. Scrolling is buttery smooth and gaming feels incredibly responsive. You also get HDR10, HDR Vivid, and full Dolby Vision support baked right in. Peak brightness hits 1100 nits in high brightness mode, which means outdoor visibility is simply not going to be a problem. The 16:10 aspect ratio is one of the better choices for a productivity-focused tablet because it gives you that extra vertical real estate when you are working in apps or reading documents. And the 81.9% screen-to-body ratio means the bezels are slim enough that this feels genuinely modern. Here is where things get really exciting. The Redmi K Pad 2 is running on the MediaTek Dimensity 9500. This is a 3nm chip and it is an absolute powerhouse. You get an octa-core setup with a peak clock speed of 4.21 GHz on the top core. That is the kind of processing muscle that high-end flagship phones are running right now, and Xiaomi stuck it inside a mid-range tablet. The GPU is the ARM G1 Ultra, which handles graphics-intensive tasks like gaming, video editing, and rendering with real confidence. In terms of memory, you have 3 configurations. You can go with 8 GB of RAM and 256 GB of storage, 12 GB of RAM and 256 GB of storage, or go all the way up to 16 GB of RAM with 512 GB of storage. The storage runs on UFS 4.1, which is the fastest storage standard available right now, so app load times are going to feel near instant. I do want to be upfront with you though. There is no card slot, which means you need to choose your storage configuration carefully upfront because you simply cannot expand it later. Hey, quick pause right here. If you are finding this breakdown useful, this is the perfect moment to hit that like button and subscribe if you have not already. I drop content like this every single week, and you do not want to miss it. On the software side, the K Pad 2 ships with Android 16 running HyperOS 3 on top. HyperOS has matured a lot, and Xiaomi has been putting real work into making the tablet experience feel cohesive and not just like a stretched-out phone UI. You get better split-screen multitasking, improved stylus integration, and an overall experience that feels purpose-built for a larger screen. Running the latest version of Android out of the box is always a good sign for longevity too. Cameras on a tablet are always a bit of a conversation because nobody is really out here doing serious photography on an 8.8-inch device. But here is what you get. The rear camera is a 13-megapixel shooter with phase detection autofocus, and it can shoot 4K video at 30 frames per second. For document scanning, video calls, and whiteboard captures, it absolutely does the job. The front-facing camera is 8 megapixels and shoots 1080p at 30 frames per second. For video conferencing, it is perfectly serviceable, and that is really all you need it to be. Audio is a department where Xiaomi genuinely did not cut corners, and I want to give them credit for that. Stereo speakers with full Dolby Atmos support make a real difference when you are watching movies or playing games on a screen this size. You also get 24-bit 192 kHz high-res audio support along with high-res wireless, so if you are running a quality pair of Bluetooth headphones, you are going to hear the difference. Bluetooth 5.4 is on board with LHDC5 codec support, which is one of the better wireless audio codecs you can get right now. No headphone jack, but the Bluetooth audio stack here is strong enough that most people are not going to miss it. Connectivity is honestly one of the strongest parts of this entire spec sheet. You get Wi-Fi 7, which is as future-proof as it gets right now. There is an infrared port which lets you use this tablet as a universal remote for your TV and other appliances. A small but genuinely useful feature. The USB situation is really interesting because you actually get two USB Type-C ports. One runs USB 3.2 with DisplayPort 1.4 output, so you can connect this to an external monitor and use it like a proper desktop setup. The second port is USB 2.0. Having two USB-C ports on a tablet is a productivity game changer. One for power and one for your peripherals with no dongles needed. There is no NFC and no GPS, but given this is a Wi-Fi-only tablet, those omissions are not surprising. Now the battery. This might be the single most impressive headline spec on the entire device. The Redmi K Pad 2 is carrying a 9,100 mAh battery. That is enormous. Flagship smartphones are running 5,000 to 5,500 mAh typically, and this tablet is packing nearly double that. Real-world usage should give you a full day of heavy use easily or multiple days of lighter use without breaking a sweat. Charging comes in at 67 watts wired with PD 3.0 and Quick Charge 3+ support, so filling it back up is not a painful wait. You also get 22.5 watt reverse wired charging, which lets you use this tablet to charge your phone in a pinch, a genuinely useful feature. And bypass charging support means you can run the tablet plugged in without constantly cycling current through the battery, which is great for long-term battery health if you use it docked at a desk regularly. So let us bring it all home. The Xiaomi Redmi K Pad 2 is priced at around €430, and for everything you are getting here, that is a genuinely compelling proposition. You have a flagship tier chip, a gorgeous high refresh rate display with Dolby Vision, a battery that almost feels irresponsible in how large it is, Wi-Fi 7, two USB-C ports, Dolby Atmos stereo speakers, and a build quality that feels well above the price. The real trade-offs are no storage expansion, no NFC, no GPS, and no cellular option. But if you are in the market for the most raw tablet hardware you can get for the money and you are comfortable on Wi-Fi, the Redmi K Pad 2 is genuinely very hard to argue against. Xiaomi has been getting more serious about tablets with every release, and this device is a clear statement of intent. This is not a budget compromise dressed up with specs. This is an actual premium experience at a price that the competition should be worried about. That is going to do it for this one. If you got value from this review, go ahead and drop a like on the video, and if you are not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a new review. I will catch you in the next one.